Practice today. I think everybody, really still has a heavy heart in terms of what's going on with Damar Hamlin, fighting for his life in Cincinnati. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers of our entire organization are with him, his family, the Bills, really the entire football league. What our guys go through. And what they put their bodies through to play this game and to chase their dreams is, really important. And when you see something like this, it just reminds you how fragile life is, and it reminds you that, everybody that's involved in this is, although there's a lot that goes into this game, we're all humans here, and I think that's where our thoughts should be.
Yeah, what's sort of your message to your team this week having to deal with all
Yeah, look, I mean, it's difficult. Guys handle these situations in differing ways, and we opened up our team meeting with our psychologist, Dr. Lana Chambliss. She spoke to the team just a little bit, and we just wanted to make sure that our guys knew that there was resources available to help them, cope through this.
How important is it to maybe, not that you want to force anybody to talk to somebody, but to understand that it's good to maybe discuss this and talk to somebody?
Yeah, look, I think talking to these guys this morning said, us as men and probably particularly, football players and big, tough, strong, it's okay to admit if you need a little bit of help. And so I just think it's important to have those resources available for guys that want to be able to utilize that.
Dennis, have you, nothing to the extent that Damar, what happened on Monday, but have you been in a situation like that? Where a player or someone's status because of an injury was unknown, and then it was just hard for to continue?
Yeah, I don't know that I've, been a part of that in a game. I was a part of James Glenn was a kicker at A&M when I was there playing, and he was out prior to practice, warming up and died on the field, and so I've seen it firsthand and how that affects people, individuals, teams, and it's tough to deal with.
It's been like you've seen just the response kind of around the league, kind of rallying.
Yeah, I think it just shows what a fraternity that this is. Again, when people that don't do what these guys do really can't understand. You're putting yourself in harm's way, chasing your dreams on every time you go out there on the field, and so I just think that bond that particularly players have with each other is really special and important.
Do you reach out? I mean, maybe not yet, but at some point, I don't know if you have a relationship with McDermott or anybody like that?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm sure that everybody that's involved in this is dealing with a lot, and so I just reached out via text to Sean and just let him know that, myself, our entire organization is thinking about him.
Just today at practice, Dennis, did you see any of the players? I mean, after you had talked, did you see any sense of them being distracted by?
No,
by
look,
that?
I mean, I think one of the things about this game and football in general is, when you get out there and you get a chance to get out there and practice, it gives you an opportunity to kind of put behind you some things that, may be troubling you off the field, whether it be this situation or any other situation. It's kind of a safe haven for players to get back to a little bit of normalcy. So, I thought our guys, focused in on the plan and getting themselves ready to play a game.
Sorry, Ryan.
Freeman, there's an obvious answer here, but with the schedule, did y'all come together at all yesterday, or was that kind of time for everyone?
No, it was really time for everybody to kind of process it on their own. We figured this morning would be a good time to address it with the team, and I feel like we did that, and again, like I said, we've got resources available for anybody that needs them.
What happened at A&M? Did that stick with you for a long time?
Yeah, I think it still sticks with you to this day. I mean, look, anytime you have somebody that's, especially, a young guy, that in every other sense you would expect that's fully healthy, and to see something like that happen is it's hard to deal with, and it's tough, and I know what kind of effect it had on our team, and so I can only imagine the guys that were on the field at that point in time, how that emotionally affects them.
And as far as you know, if any of your players have a relationship with Damar as far as things go.
Well, Lucas Kroll knew him, and I had a chance to visit with him a little bit yesterday. And he was kind of, had some communication and some information on how he was doing, and so I haven't heard any updates lately. But again, really the best that we can do right now is try to lift him up in prayer, and pray for him and his family, and again, all the Bills organization and really the entire NFL players.
I know, I think your son's a freshman in college, so he's not that much younger than Damar. I know you deal with it from a football perspective, but somebody who's got kids around that
Look,
age.
I think anytime you see something like this in a situation like this, it really puts life in perspective. And I think most of us, not all of us, but I think most of us, have kids and realize that, these are young men, but yet they're still somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody's husband. And so look, life is fragile, and it really puts everything into perspective when you see something like this happen, and it's hard.
And so I'm just gonna ask one football question outside of this. How big is it for this team to finish with 4 straight wins and close out this kind of little run that you guys are doing?
Yeah, look, I think it's big for our team. I think it's important. We said, again, during the bye week that, we didn't control our playoff fate. That didn't work out. But what we did control is how we finished out this season. And we said that our goal was to go 4-0. We've accomplished 3 out of those 4. We got one more opportunity. And so that's what you do as a pro, is you go out there and you compete to win the game. And that's fully what I anticipate and what I expect our team to do.
And so what do you think the Bills' defensive numbers over the last 8 or 9 games have been really, really strong? Why do you think things kind of started to come together?
Look, I think we've taken advantage of some opportunities. I think we've executed better. I think as some guys have began to, come back and get healthy, I think that's helped us. I think we've had some young guys that hadn't had a lot of opportunities prior have really stepped up and played well. And so I just think it's part of the group, coming together and gelling together. And I think there's a lot of factors that kind of went into why we weren't quite able to do that as earlier in the season like we would have liked. But again, like I said the other day, I mean, there's a fundamental philosophy of how we want to play defense, and it's been proven to be successful in our league. And I think again, it's kind of taken that turn.
This may not be at all related to it. Did it take a while for you to figure out what you call a defensive play is? But
I think there's a lot of factors. I think maybe it was Monday that I'm in a different role. A lot of my assistant coaches are in a different role. We brought some new guys into the system. You know, we dealt with a lot of injuries and a lot of interchanging parts earlier in the year, and so I think there's a lot of those factors that go involved in it.
Did any of the players have reservations about playing, given kind of what happened?
Not to my knowledge, you know, but that hasn't been a specific question that I've, you know, gone to each player and asked that question, you know.
Are you guys going to do anything as a team, or is it going to be based on players individually? Are they going to honor him on Sunday? Or?
We haven't discussed that yet.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, guys.